Brand new adventures are always exciting. Sights unseen, roads untaken, and memories to be made. But there are also places that we return to over and over. There's comfort in the familiar terrain, and yet it seems like there is always something new to see or do, and the trails that weren't taken last time are still there, beckoning you to explore. A place like this isn't just settling on a camping destination. The anticipation and excitement to go there is still fresh. Despite discovering Glass Buttes for ourselves about 10 years ago, this is still our place. It's been both a destination in itself and a convenient layover when trekking farther to the east or heading back home to the west. It's far enough away to feel like a real adventure, and close enough to not be out of reach for just a weekend. And of course, there are the rocks. Over the years, we've come away with a sizable collection of obsidian while still being respectful of the land. We've also introduced many friends to this place over the years, and for this long weekend, we are making a return trip with some veterans, some newbies, and some planned shenanigans to keep camp interesting. For the return trip, I've got a small, new route back out to Highway 20 that can also be connected up to many different areas and routes in future trips. So come along for the ride as we once again return to a special place that feels like coming home. Alright guys, well we made it in. Even got our preferred camp spot here. This is a pretty nice one with the tree and the hills all around here. Get a little bit of protection from wind and stuff. So we've got probably, I don't know, another 3 hours or so before anyone else gets here. So we're gonna get set up, maybe do a little bit of exploring around and whatnot, but we do want to make sure the campsite stays obviously occupied. So we'll see about that, but gonna have a set up beer and get settled in. So very, very happy to be here for the long weekend.
Unlike girlfriends, they don't mind if you have more than one.
We ended up not going anywhere and just got camp set up and enjoyed the peace and quiet until people started rolling in.
With the cold.
You've seen the Widow Ladders,
So
right?
I had it.
So like that's a thing.
Additional full.
So everybody's making fun of
What's
like ladders that you put on the like
you want
Overland
to
type
share?
vehicles that are like very short.
You want
and
that?
don't put
Sure.
a ladder on. Look at this. They're not even cooking.
Welcome to the Hotel California, and still those voices are calling.
I was too. I'm being so
stupid.
Yeah, you just go about a mile down the road and there's the left turn. I'm like, okay, good.
Slowly shear
Well, until
off.
the thing tried to shake its side panels off, then I was like a little concerned. You
Monica and I pissed off a whole festival by going, oh, don't you know, eh? Bring that bitch to a...
Oh, I'm okay. I guess it is. It's up to you, though. I'll put more on. I'm usually the one that everybody has to tell to chill because I make it. And yeah, my issue is.
The next morning, we set out in the Yukon, our Wrangler, and Jared and Alyssa's Wrangler, and drove a loop to go look for some rocks and just explore the area. I got zero footage of the rock hunting because in the end it ended up being quite the ordeal, but we came away with a beautiful, huge chunk of obsidian. We even caught a little rain while we were rock hunting, but the dramatic skies made for a beautiful backdrop as we were driving around.
Okay. You did great.
Once we were back at camp, we had a luau themed dinner planned for the night, and then we got ready to have some prehistoric fun.
You have him! Oh, Andrew, she's wondering if you...
You forgot fucking pillows and brought an inflatable raptor suit. Don't give me.
Chris! What?
Where's it going? I don't know where we are. That is more than.
Help us!
Okay.
Help us!
Oh, this is bad. Okay.
One hop this time. One hop this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide.
Alright, yeah, no, I'm with the boys. I'm fucking done with this shit.
The next morning, it was time to pack up and say our goodbyes, but for Nicole and I, the adventure wasn't quite over yet, as I had planned on some more on-trail fun before we had to hit the highway. After many miles of dusty trails and BLM gates, we finally began to approach a dry lake bed that I had marked on the map to check out. The approach down to the lake bed ended up being really slow and rocky, but it made for a fun descent before checking it out. not quite dry or wet, it was easy enough to drive on, and the far half on the other side of the fence had a ton of cows grazing and taking advantage of the reservoirs made there. We had a few more miles of rocks and dirt to cover, and along the way, we ran into this little baby, whom I really hope had a mama nearby. Before too long, it was time to air up the tires and hit the highway for the long drive home. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you again for the next adventure.